GMAT practice exam updated for 2026 full-length test with answers to pass GMAT fast. Question 1. Two cars are traveling on the same road towards each other. If car A is traveling at a speed of 120 km per hour and car B is traveling 15% slower, how much time will it take the cars to meet if the initial distance between the two is 668.4 km and car A started to drive 1 hour and a half before car B started? Option A, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Option B, 2 hours. Option C, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Option D, 3 hours and 15 minutes. Option E, 3 hours and 18 minutes. The correct answer is option C, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Car B is traveling at a speed of 0.85 x 120 equals 102 km per hour. Car A travels alone a distance of 120 x 1.5 equals 180 km. The remaining distance should be divided among the sum of the car's speeds, 668.4 180 equals 488.4 km, / 102 plus 120, equals 2.2 equals 2 hours and 12 minutes. Question 2. Water has been poured into an empty rectangular tank at the rate of 8 cubic feet per minute for 2.5 minutes. The length of the tank is 3 feet and the width is 1/2 of the length. Approximately how deep is the water in the tank? Option A, 3.23 feet. Option B, 3.86 feet. Option C, 4 feet. Option D, 4.25 feet. Option E, 4.44 feet. The correct answer is option E, 4.44 feet. First, calculate the volume of water that has been poured into the tank. If it has been poured at a rate of 8 cubic feet per minute for 2.5 minutes, 8 times 2.5 equals 20 cubic feet. The tank is rectangular, so its volume is length times width times height, or depth, with the answer in cubic units. We are given the length, and can calculate the width, since we are told that the width is 1/2 the length, or 1/2 of 3 feet, or 1.5 feet. The volume we have already calculated to be 20 cubic feet. Therefore, 20 equals length times width times height, or 20 equals 3 feet times 1.5 feet times the height. Solving for the height, we get 49ths, or approximately 4.44 feet. Question 3. In Tukata village, 1/4 of the people are raising flowers, 1/9 is growing wheat and 1/11 are going bankrupt. What could be the number of people in the village? Option A, 792. Option B, 540. Option C, 198. Option D, 132. Option E, 346. The correct answer is option A, 792. The answer must be a number that is divisible equally by 4, 9 and 11. The only possible answer is A. Question 4. 352 to 342 equals? Option A, 35-34. Option B, 35 plus 34. Option C, 352. Option D, 2x 35x 34. Option E, 34. The correct answer is option B, 35 plus 34. 352 to 342 equals 35-34. 35 plus 34 equals 1, 35 plus 34. Question 5. Tom divided his cards between Tim and Din so each one received an odd amount of cards. The number of cards that Tim received multiplied by the number of cards that Din received is a number larger than 49 and smaller than 121. How many cards did Tom have in the first place? Option A, 16. Option B, 22. Option C, 18. Option D, 14. Option E, 32. The correct answer is option C, 18. Answers A and E are disqualified immediately because those are even numbers that cannot be divided into two odd numbers. 22 is 11 plus 11 but 11x 11 is bigger than 121, the same idea with 14, therefore the answer is 18. 18 equals 9 plus 9. 9x 9 equals 81. Question 6. In the beginning of the season, the owner of a football team bought T players for the price of 4R each. At the end of the season the owner sold the players in a total profit of X. How much did the owner get for all the players? Option A, X 4TR. Option B, 4X plus 4TR. Option C, 4TR plus X. Option D, 4TRX. Option E, 4TRX. The correct answer is option C, 4TR plus X. The owner bought T player that cost him altogether 4TR. He had a profit of X so he sold them for 4TR plus X. Question 7. A bird is flying from an oak tree to a pine tree in a speed of 6 km per hour. On her way back, she flew at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour, thus, the trip lasted 4 hours more. What is the distance between the trees? In km, option A 12, option B 24, option C 36, option D 48, option E 52. The correct answer is option D, 48. The distance to the pine tree is 6xx, where x represents the time of the trip. The distance back to the oak tree is 4x plus 4, assuming the trip back is equal in length. Therefore 6x equals 4, x plus 4, x equals 8. The length of the trip is 8x 6 equals 48 kilometers. Question 8. A credit card number has 6 digits, between 1 to 9. The first 2 digits are 12 in that order, the third digit is bigger than 6, the fourth one can be equally divided by 3 and the fifth digit is 3 times bigger than the sixth one. How many credit cards can be made? Option A 27, option B 36, option C 72, option D 112, option E 422. The correct answer is option B, 36. First digit is 1, the second is 2, the third can be 7, 8, 9, the fourth can be 0, 3, 6, 9, the fifth and the sixth are dependent with one another. The fifth one is 3 times bigger than the sixth one, therefore there are only 3 options there, 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 9. Altogether there are 1x, 1x, 3x, 4x, 3 equals 36 options. Question 9. Out of a box that contains 4 black mice and 6 white ones, 3 are picked up. What is the probability that all 3 will be black mice? Option A 8/125, option B 1/30, option C 2/5, option D 1/720, option E 3/10. The correct answer is option B, 1/30. The probability for the first one to be black is 4 plus 6 equals 2/5. The probability for the second one to be black is 3 plus 6 equals 1/3. The probability for the third one to be black is 2 plus 6 equals 1/4. The probability for all 3 events is 2/5 x, 1/3 x, 1/4 equals 1/30. Question 10. A car is driving at 60 km per hour for 20 minutes, and then drives at 90 km per hour for another 40 minutes. What is the average speed of the car? Option A 80, option B 75, option C 70, option D 65, option E 54. The correct answer is option A, 80. The average speed is equal to total distance, / total time, equals 60x 1/3 plus 90x 2/3, /1 equals 80 km per hour. Question 11. 2 grandfathers can knit a sweater in 6 days. 2 grandfathers and 1 grandmother can knit a sweater in 3 days. How many days will it take the grandmother to knit a sweater all by herself? Option A 4.5, option B 5, option C 5.5, option D 6, option E 6.5. The correct answer is option D, 6. 2 grandfathers and a grandmother can knit a sweater in 3 days, therefore they can knit 2 sweaters in 6 days. Because 2 grandfathers can knit one in 6 days, then the other sweater is done by the grandmother, she can knit 1 sweater in 6 days. Question 12. 2 adjacent angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio of 1 to 3. What is the smaller angle of the 2? Option A 30, option B 45, option C 90, option D 135, option E 180. The correct answer is option B, 45. The sum of 2 adjacent angles in a parallelogram is 180. 180 divided by 4, 1 plus 3, is 45, and that is the size of the smallest among the angles. Question 13. 2 adjacent angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio of 2 to 3. What is their average size? Option A 30, option B 40, option C 45, option D 90, option E 180. The correct answer is option D, 90. The ratio doesn't give us anything. 2 adjacent angles of a parallelogram always sum up to 180 degrees, and 180/2 is always 90 degrees. Question 14. The angles of a triangle are in the ratio of 3 to 1. The largest angle in the triangle is option A 36, option B 45, option C 72, option D 90, option E 108. The correct answer is option E, 108. The sum of all the angles is 180. Divide 180 by 6, 3 plus 2 plus 1, and we'll get 36. This is the size of the smallest angle. The largest angle is 3 times bigger, thus 36x3 equals 108 degrees. Question 15. The perimeter of a circle is approximately 6.3 centimeters. The area of the same circle is A. Which of the following is true? Option A, 1A less than 2. Option B, 2A less than 3. Option C, 3A less than 4. Option D, 4A less than 5. Option E, A greater than 5. The correct answer is option C, 3A less than 4. The perimeter of a circle is centimeter, therefore A is approximately pi, 3.14. Question 16. John bought grocery products for $10 using 55 coins. If John used quarters and dimes, what is the difference between the numbers of dimes to the number of quarters that he used? Option A, 5. Option B, 10. Option C, 15. Option D, 25. Option E, 30. The correct answer is option A, 5. Define X as the number of dimes that John used. Just a reminder, dimes are 10-cent coins. The number of quarters that he used is 55x. We can write the following equation: 10x plus 25, 55x, equals 1000. Notice that 1000 is the money he spent in cents. Therefore, 15x equals minus 375, x equals 25. The number of dimes is 25 and the number of quarters is 55. 25 equals 30. The difference between the amounts is 5 coins. Question 17. Rick deposited $850 to his bank account using $5 and $15 dollar bills only. If Rick came to the bank with 70 bills and left with 10 bills only, how many $15 dollar bills did he deposit? Option A, 5. Option B, 25. Option C, 50. Option D, 55. Option E, 65. The correct answer is option D, 55. Rick came to the bank with 70 bills and left with 10, and therefore he deposited 60 bills. Define X as the number of $5 dollar bills that he deposited, and so 60x is the number of $15 bills that he deposited. We can write the following equation: 5x plus 15, 60x, equals 850-10x equals minus 50x equals 5. The number of $15 dollar bills is 65, 55. Question 18. The average, arithmetic mean, of 4 numbers is equal to 3 times the largest number. If the largest number is equal to 3, what is the sum of the other 3 numbers? Option A, 28. Option B, 33. Option C, 35. Option D, 38. Option E, 42. The correct answer is option B, 33. Let's say the 4 numbers are x, y, z and w. The average of all 4 numbers is equal to 3 times the value of the largest number, x plus y plus z plus w, / 4 equals 3w. W is equal to 3, and therefore, x plus y plus z plus 3, equals 3x. 9x plus y plus z equals 36 to 3 equals 33. Question 19. What is the reciprocal of ab / a plus b, 2? Option A, ab / a2 plus 2 ab plus b2. Option B, ab plus b / a plus ab. Option C, b / a plus ab plus 2. Option D, a2 plus b2 / ab. Option E, ab plus 2 ab. The correct answer is option C, b / a plus ab plus 2. The reciprocal of x is 1 / x, and therefore the reciprocal of ab / a plus b, 2 is a plus b, 2 / ab. Simplify the expression, a plus b, 2 / ab equals a2 plus 2 ab plus b2 / ab equals ab plus b / a plus 2. Question 20. Naomi drives to the beauty parlor in 60 minutes. On the way back, her average speed is half the average speed as it was to the way to the parlor. How much time will it take Naomi to travel 2 round trips to the beauty parlor? Option A, 3 hours. Option B, 4 hours. Option C, 4 hours and 20 minutes. Option D, 5 hours and 50 minutes. Option E, 6 hours. The correct answer is option E, 6 hours. If the average speed from the beauty parlor is half of the average speed to the parlor, then the time back from the parlor is twice the time it takes her to get to the parlor, thus 120 minutes. The total round trip will take Naomi 60 plus 120 equals 180 minutes, which is 3 hours. 2 round trips will take her 6 hours. Question 21. It takes Tanya 50 minutes to drive to the country club. If the average speed of the entire round trip to the club is 87.5% of the average speed on the way to the club, how many minutes approximately will it take Tanya to drive home from the country club? Option A, 42 minutes. Option B, 48 minutes. Option C, 52 minutes. Option D, 54 minutes. Option E, 66 minutes. The correct answer is option C, 52 minutes. Define X as the average speed to the country club and Y as the average speed on the way back. The average speed of the entire round trip to the club is 87.5% of the average speed on the way to the club. X plus Y, /2 equals 0.875x. X plus Y equals 1.75x. Y equals 0.75x. The average speed on the way back is 75% of the speed to the club. If the time it takes her to get to the country is t, then t/0.75 is the time it will take to get back home. 50/0.75 equals approximately 66 minutes. Question 22. It costs $4 for the first 1/4 hour to use the laundry machine at the laundromat. After the first 1/4 hour it costs $12 per hour. If a certain customer uses the laundry machine for 3 hours and 25 minutes, how much will it cost him? Option A, $25. Option B, $32. Option C, $36. Option D, $40. Option E, $42. The correct answer is option E, $42. The customer uses the machine for 3 hours and 25 minutes. The first 15 minutes cost him $4 and he has 3 hours and 10 minutes left, which is 12x3 equals $36, plus 10 minutes. 10 minutes are 1/6 of an hour, which is 1/6 x 12 equals $2. The total cost will be 4 plus 36 plus 2 equals $42. Question 23. The mall charges 50 cents for the first hour of parking and $3 for each additional hour until the customer reaches 4 hours. After that the parking fee is $1 per hour. If a certain customer parked his in the mall for 7 hours and 30 minutes, how much is he going to pay? Option A, $11.50. Option B, $12. Option C, $13. Option D, $14.50. Option E, $15. The correct answer is option C, $13. The customer parked for 7 hours and 30 minutes. Divide the problem into parts. The first hour cost him $0.5. He has 6.5 hours left. The next 3 hours cost him $3 per hour, $9 in total for that time. He has 7.54 equals 3.5 hours left. At a wage of $1 per hour, it sums up to 3.5 additional dollars. Sum it all up, 0.5 plus 9 plus 3.5 equals $13. Question 24. If 0x less than y, x is an odd number and y is a prime number, which of the following can be the value of x plus y? Option A, 11. Option B, 13. Option C, 17. Option D, 10. Option E, 7. The correct answer is option D, 10. Every prime number except 2 is an odd number. If y equals 2, then x must have been 1 because x is smaller than y, but this answer doesn't appear among the answers and therefore y is odd. If x and y are both odd numbers, their sum must be an even number. The only even answer is D. Question 25. It takes Avery 3 hours to build a brick wall while Tom can do it in 2.5 hours. If the two start working together and after an hour Avery leaves, how much time will it take Tom to complete the wall on his own? Option A, 25 minutes. Option B, 30 minutes. Option C, 40 minutes. Option D, 55 minutes. Option E, 1 hour and 20 minutes. The correct answer is option C, 40 minutes. The output of Avery is 1/3 walls in 1 hour and the output of Tom is 2/5 walls in 1 hour. The two work together for 1 hour, their combined output is 1/3 plus 2/5 equals 11/15 wall, and that's the fraction of the wall that they completed together. Tom has 1 and 11/15 equals 4/15 wall left. With his current output it will take him 4/15 2/5 equals 2/3 hours, which is 40 minutes. Question 26. There are 3 foam generators in the factory. The first 2 can generate 14 liters of foam in 1 hour and the third can generate 18 liters in an hour. The 3 generators start working together at the same time and after 1 hour and a half one of the first generators stops working and 2 hours after that the third generator stops working and only one generator is left. If 5 hours after they all started to work the last generator stops working, how many liters of foam were generated? Option A, 120. Option B, 132. Option C, 146. Option D, 154. Option E, 166. The correct answer is option D, 154. In the first hour and a half all the generators worked and produced 14 plus 14 plus 18, x, 1.5 equals 69 liters. In the next 2 hours 2 generators worked and produced 14 plus 18, x, 2 equals 64 liters. The rest of the time, 1.52 equals 1.5 hours, only one generator worked and produced 14x 1.5 equals 21 liters of foam. The total amount of foam that was created is 69 plus 32 plus 21 equals 154 liters. Question 27. Mike, Jim and Bob are all professional fishermen. Mike can catch 21 fish in 1 hour, Jim can catch twice as much and Bob can catch 50% more than Jim. If the three started to fish together and after 40 minutes Mike and Bob left, how many fish did the three fishermen catch in 1 hour? Option A, 64. Option B, 72. Option C, 86. Option D, 98. Option E, 112. The correct answer is option D, 98. Mike can catch 21 fish in 1 hour, Jim can catch 42 fish in 1 hour and Bob can catch 1.5x 42 equals 63 fish in 1 hour. 40 minutes is 2/3 of an hour. After February 3rd hours they all caught 21 plus 42 plus 63, x, 2/3, equals 84 fish. In the next 1/3 hour that's left, Jim is left alone and so he can catch 1/3 x 42 equals 14 fish. The total number of fish that they caught is 84 plus 14 equals 98. Question 28. A certain church bell rings the bell twice at half past the hour and 4 times at the hour plus an additional number of rings equal to whatever time it is. How many rings will the clock make from 6:20 in the morning to 10:10 in the morning? Option A, 32. Option B, 36. Option C, 42. Option D, 46. Option E, 50. The correct answer is option D, 46. Let's start from the top. The first 2 rings will be at 6:30. From there'll be 2 rings ever half past the hour until 10, at 7:30, 8:30 and 9:30. That will sum up to 8 rings total. The bell will also ring at 7 o'clock 8 rings, at 8 o'clock 9 rings, at 9 o'clock 10 rings and at 10 11 rings. The total number of rings is 8 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 equals 46 rings. Question 29. A 75-liter solution of cool drink is made from 8% jasmine water. If 3 liters of jasmine and 12 liters of water were added to the solution, what percent of the solution is jasmine? Option A, 10.3%. Option B, 11.5%. Option C, 10%. Option D, 12.2%. Option E, 12%. The correct answer is option C, 10%. 8% of the solution is made of jasmine, 8% of 70 is 6 liters. If 3 liters of jasmine and 12 liters of water are added, the amount of the jasmine is 9 liters and the percent of the jasmine out of the entire solution is 9/75 plus 15 equals 9/90 equals 10%. Question 30. A 340-liter solution of cola is made from 88% water, 5% concentrated cola and the rest is made from sugar. If 3.2 liters of sugar, 10 liters of water and 6.8 liters of concentrated cola were added to the solution, what percent of the solution is made from sugar? Option A, 6%. Option B, 7.5%. Option C, 9.2%. Option D, 10.5%. Option E, 11%. The correct answer is option B, 7.5%. 100%, 88%, 5% equals 7% of the solution is made from sugar, which is 0.07 x 340 equals 23.8 liters. 3.2 liters of sugar were added to the solution, so there are 27 liters of sugar in the solution. The total volume of the solution is 340 plus 3.2 plus 10 plus 6.8 equals 360 liters. 27/360 equals 3/40, which is 7.5%. Question 31. If the sum of 6 numbers is between 135 and 164, then the average, arithmetic mean, of the 6 numbers could be which of the following? Option A, 15.4. Option B, 20.5. Option C, 25.5. Option D, 31.25. Option E, 32.5. The correct answer is option C, 25.5. Define x as the sum of all the 6 numbers, 135x less than 164. The average of the 6 numbers, using the average formula, is x/6. Divide both sides of the equation by 6, 135/6x/6, 164/6, 22.5x/6, 27.33. The average has to be in that range and therefore the only answer could be C. Question 32. A.S, most affordable speed, is defined as the speed where the fuel consumption of a car is the lowest. The average family car consumes 3 liters of fuel per 36 kilometers at the M.A.S with only one passenger, the driver. A pickup truck consumes twice as much as a family car does. Assuming the fuel consumption of both cars rises by % of the original consumption for each additional passenger, how many km per liter would a pickup truck do if the driver has 3 additional passengers? Option A, 10 kilometers. Option B, 5.8 kilometers. Option C, 6 kilometers. Option D, 5.4 kilometers. Option E, 4 kilometers. The correct answer is option D, 5.4 kilometers. This is a question with a lot of dispensable text. It teaches us to focus on relevant information only. A family car consumes 1 liter for 12 kilometers, a pickup truck consumes twice as much, 1 liter for 6 kilometers. There are 3 additional passengers, so the consumption rises by 10%. Question 33. A superjet airplane is flying at an average speed of 500 miles per hour. The average speed of a turboprop airplane is 15% lower than that of a superjet. How long will it take a turboprop airplane to fly 950 miles? Option A, 2 hours. Option B, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Option C, 3 hours and 15 minutes. Option D, 2 hours and 24 minutes. Option E, 4 hours. The correct answer is option A, 2 hours. The average speed of a turboprop airplane is 85% of that of a superjet airplane, meaning 425 miles per hour. 15% is 3/20ths fraction, so 17/20ths * 500 is 425. Traveling at 425 miles per hour, it would take the airplane 2 hours to travel 950 miles. Question 34. A windmill is taking advantage of strong air currents in order to produce electrical energy. On a typical day the wind speed is around 20 miles per hour, and in that speed the windmill produces 800 kW/h, kilowatts per hour. On a stormy day a windmill produces 20% more energy. How much kW/h can 3 windmills produce in 2 hours on a stormy day? Option A, 2,880. Option B, 4,860. Option C, 5,780. Option D, 5,760. Option E, 6,380. The correct answer is option D, 5,760. On a stormy day, a windmill will produce 20% more energy. 20% of 800 is 160, so each windmill will give out 960 kW/h. 3 windmills will give 3x 960 equals 2,880, which is answer A, but we want 2 hours, so the answer is 2,880 x 2 equals 5,760. Question 35. If 0.22z equals 118.8, then z equals option A, 540, option B, 622, option C, 830, option D, 991, option E, 1000. The correct answer is option A, 540. Because the answer choices are so far apart, you can ballpark this problem. Multiply both sides by 100 to eliminate the decimal points. 22z equals 11,880, divide both sides by 22. Z equals 540. Question 36. If 0.45x equals 101.25, then x equals option A, 180, option B, 225, option C, 328, option D, 444, option E, 448. The correct answer is option B, 225. Because the answer choices are so far apart, you can ballpark this problem. Multiply both sides by 100 to eliminate the decimal points. 45x equals 10,125, divide both sides by 45, x equals 225. Question 37. If 0.01z equals 9.99, then z equals option A, 99.9, option B, 999.9, option C, 999, option D, 9,999.9, option E, 9,999. The correct answer is option C, 999. Because the answer choices are so far apart, you can ballpark this problem. Multiply both sides by 100 to eliminate the decimal points. Z equals 999. Question 38. If 0.06x equals 52.2, then x equals option A 540, option B 622, option C 830, option D 870, option E 920. The correct answer is option D, 870. Because the answer choices are so far apart, you can ballpark this problem. Multiply both sides by 100 to eliminate the decimal points. 6x equals 5220, divide both sides by 6. X equals 870. Question 39. A taxi company costs $2.75 for the first quarter mile and 12.5 cents for each additional quarter mile. What is the maximum distance you can travel with $6.50? Option A, 4 miles. Option B, 5 3/4 miles. Option C, 6.5 miles. Option D, 7 3/4 miles. Option E, 8 1/4 miles. The correct answer is option D, 7 3/4 miles. Since you spend $2.75 for the first quarter mile, you have $3.75, 6.52.75, left to spend on 1/4 mile intervals. $3.75 divided by $0.125 equals 30 quarter miles. The 30 miles, plus the initial quarter mile, makes a total of 31 quarter miles. 31 quarter miles equals 7.75 miles. Question 40. A photomat shop charges 55 cents for the first photo inside a film, and 40% cents less for each additional photo. How many photos can we develop with $52.58 if each film contains 36 photos? Option A, 4 films and 12 photos. Option B, 5 films and 6 photos. Option C, 5 films and 14 photos. Option D, 6 films and 4 photos. Option E, 6 films and 28 photos. The correct answer is option A, 4 films and 12 photos. Each film costs 0.55 plus 35x, 60% of 55 cents is 0.33, equals 0.55 plus 11.55 equals $12.10 per film. $52.58 equals 4x $12.10 plus $4.18. $4.18, 55 cents equals $3.63. $3.63/$0.33 equals 11 altogether gives 4 films plus 12 photos. Question 41. In a fuel station the service costs $1.75 per car, every liter of fuel costs 65 cents. Assuming that a company owns 12 cars and that every fuel tank contains 55 liters and they are all empty, how much money total will it cost to fuel all cars? Option A, $320. Option B, $380. Option C, $420. Option D, $450. Option E, $480. The correct answer is option D, $450. The cost of fuel per car is 1.75 plus 0.65x 55 equals $37.50. There are 12 cars, so the sum is 37.5x 12 equals $450. Question 42. In a fuel station the service costs $1.15 per car, every liter of fuel costs 40 cents. Assuming that you own 2 sports cars and 2 executive cars and all fuel tanks are empty, how much will it cost to fuel all cars together if a sports car tank is 32 liters and an executive car tank is 75% bigger? Option A, $37.50. Option B, $75. Option C, $87.50. Option D, $94.50. Option E, $98.40. The correct answer is option B, $75. The cost of fuel per a sports car is 1.15 plus 32x 0.4 equals $13.95. The cost of fuel per an executive car is 1.15 plus 32x 1.75 x 0.4 equals 1.15 plus 56x 0.4 equals $23.55. The sum of the fuel prices, 13.95x2 plus 23.55x2 equals $75. Question 43. In a fuel station the service costs $2.05 per car, every liter of fuel costs 60 cents. Assuming that you fill up 3 minivans and 2 trucks, how much money will the fuel cost to all the cars' owners total? if a minivan's tank is 65 liters and a truck's tank is 120% bigger and they are all empty. Option A, $122.60. Option B, $128.90. Option C, $243.70. Option D, $298.85. Option E, $312.12. The correct answer is option D, $298.85. The cost of fuel per minivan is 2.05 plus 65x 0.6 equals $41.05. The cost of fuel per an executive car is 2.05 plus 65x 2.20 x 0.6 equals 2.05 plus 143x 0.6 equals $87.85. The sum of the fuel prices, 3x 41.05 plus 2x 87.85 equals $298.85. Question 44. The average, arithmetic mean, of 8 numbers is 44.1. If the sum of half of these numbers is 158.4, what is the average of the other half? Option A, 12.8. Option B, 24.2. Option C, 48.6. Option D, 72.1. Option E, 96.8. The correct answer is option C, 48.6. This is an average problem, so use the average formula. If the average of 8 numbers is 44.1, we can solve for their sum. 8 times 44.1 equals 352.8. If 4 of these numbers total 158.4, then by subtracting 158.4 from 352.8, we get the sum of the other 4 numbers, 194.4. To find the average of these 4 numbers, we divide their sum by their number, 194.4/4 equals 48.6. Question 45. Eric, Nick and Arka make contributions to the Society of Nature Protection in the ratio of 5:3 to 2.5. If altogether they contribute 5,145 NIS, how much more money does Nick contribute than Arka? Option A, 128 NIS. Option B, 212 NIS. Option C, 234 NIS. Option D, 245 NIS. Option E, 288 NIS. The correct answer is option D, 245 NIS. Add the numbers in the ratio 5:3 to 2.5 equals 10.5. Divide the 5,145 by 10.5 and you get the basic unit equals 490 NIS. Nick contributes 0.5 more units than Arka, and since each unit is 490, he contributed 245 NIS more. Question 46. Of 70 players on a football team, 37 are throwers. The rest of the team is divided so 1/3 are left-handed and the rest are right-handed. Assuming that all throwers are right-handed, how many right-handed players are there total? Option A, 54. Option B, 59. Option C, 63. Option D, 71. Option E, 92. The correct answer is option B, 59. 37 are the rest, meaning that 33/3 equals 11 are left-handed. The overall number of right-handed, 37 plus 22 equals 59. Question 47. Irene, Ingrid and Nell bake chocolate chip cookies in the ratio of 9.18, 5.17, 2.05. If altogether they baked a batch of 148 cookies, what percent of the cookies did Nell bake? Option A, 0.125%. Option B, 1.25%. Option C, 12.5%. Option D, 125%. Option E, 0.152%. The correct answer is option C, 12.5%. Add the numbers in the ratio to get 9.18 plus 5.17 plus 2.05 equals 16.4. You don't need to relate to the number of cookies, it doesn't contribute anything. The relative part of Nell is 2.05/16.4 equals 0.125 equals 12.5%. Question 48. Of 15 players on a basketball team, 1/3 is left-handed. Out of the right-handed players there are 80% over 2 meters high. Assuming that out of the left-handed players there are 40% players fewer than 2 meters. How many players are there over 2 meters in height? Option A, 6. Option B, 7. Option C, 8. Option D, 9. Option E, 10. The correct answer is option E, 10. Start from the top. 1/3 are left-handed, 5. Out of the right-handed players there are 8 players over 2 meters. 40% of 5 are 2 players. Altogether over 2 meters there are 10 players. Question 49. On a map, 1.5 inches represent 24 miles. How many miles approximately is the distance if you measured 47 centimeters assuming that 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters? Option A, 174.2, option B, 212, option C, 288.1, option D, 296, option E, 282.4. The correct answer is option D, 296. Dividing the number of centimeters in 2.54 gives you the number of inches. 47/2.54 equals 18.5 inches. 1.5 inches represent 24 miles, 1 inch represents 16 miles. 18.5 inches, x, 16 miles, equals 296 miles. Question 50. On a mechanical gear, 6 teeth represent a movement of 1.2 radians. The gear is connected to a wheel that moves twice as much. If the wheel moved 276 degrees, how many teeth did the gear move assuming the each radian is approximately 60 degrees? Option A, 11.5, option B, 14.2, option C, 28.3, option D, 34.7, option E, 41.3. The correct answer is option A, 11.5. The wheel moved 276 degrees, the gear moved 138 degrees/60 equals 2.3 radians. 1.2 radians are 6 teeth, 1 radian is 5 teeths. 2.3 x 5 equals 11.5 teeth movement. Question 51. A rotometer is a device that measures flow of liquid and gases. When measuring liquid phase flows, 2.5 inches represent 60 liters per minute of liquid. With gas measurements, the rotometer moves 50% of the movement he moves with the liquid phase. How many liters of gas pass through the rotometer if it measured 4 inches? Option A, 176, option B, 192, option C, 202, option D, 218, option E, 284. The correct answer is option B, 192. The rotometer moves 50% of 2.5, meaning 1.25 inches is 60 liters of gas. The rotometer moved 4 inches. 4/1.25 equals 3.2 x 60 liters is 192 liters measured. Question 52. Billy worked for 3 straight hours on his homework questions. If he solved 132 questions in the third hour, which was twice as many as he solved in the second hour, and 3 times as many questions as he solved in the first hour, how many questions did he solve total? Option A, 242, option B, 312, option C, 424, option D, 525, option E, 622. The correct answer is option A, 242. 132/2 are 66 questions in the second hour, 132/3 are 44 questions in the third hour. 132 plus 66 plus 44 equals 242 questions. Question 53. V is the volume of a cylinder, the radius of the cylinder is 3.4. The height of the cylinder is 550% more than the radius. Which of the following is true? Option A, 100 V less than 300, option B, 300 V less than 500, option C, 500 V less than 700, option D, 700 V less than 900, option E, 900 V less than 1100. The correct answer is option D, 700 V less than 900. You can start with the length. Length equals 6.5 x 3.4 is approximately 22. The volume of the cylinder is the area of its face x its length. Area of face equals V is approximately 36 x 22 equals 792, and the best answer is D. Question 54. 2 trains are traveling on a collision course. If train A is traveling at a speed of 350 miles per hour and train B is traveling 28% slower, how much time will it take the trains to collide if the initial distance between the two is 1,505 miles? Option A, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Option B, 1 hour and 10 minutes. Option C, 2 hours and 25 minutes. Option D, 3 hours and 15 minutes. Option E, 4 hours and 20 minutes. The correct answer is option A, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Train B is traveling at a speed of 0.72 x 350 equals 252 miles per hour. The 2 trains are traveling in opposite directions. Thus, the distance should be divided by the sum of their speeds equals 252 plus 350 equals 602 miles per hour 1505 miles slash 602 equals 2.5 equals 2 hours and 30 minutes. Question 55. Two cars are traveling towards each other. If car A is traveling at a speed of 50 miles per hour and car B is traveling 12% slower, how much time will it take the cars to meet if the initial distance between the two is 705 miles? Option A, 6 hours and 30 minutes. Option B, 7 hours and 30 minutes. Option C, 8 hours and 20 minutes. Option D, 9 hours and 15 minutes. Option E, 10 hours and 20 minutes. The correct answer is option B, 7 hours and 30 minutes. Car B is traveling at a speed of 0.82x 50 equals 44 miles per hour. The cars are traveling in opposite directions. Thus, the distance should be divided by the sum of their speeds equals 50 plus 44 equals 94 miles per hour 705 miles slash 94 equals 7.5 equals 7 hours and 30 minutes. Question 56. Tom and Jerry are running on the same road towards each other. If Tom is running at a speed of 2.5 meters per second and Jerry is running 36% slower, how much time will it take them to meet if the initial distance between the two is 50 meters and Tom started running 20 seconds before Jerry did? Option A, 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Option B, 2 minutes. Option C, 44 seconds. Option D, 20 seconds. Option E, 12 seconds. The correct answer is option D, 20 seconds. Jerry is running at a speed of 0.64 x 2.5 equals 1.6 meters per second. Tom runs alone a distance of 2.5 x 20 equals 50 meters. Tom caught Jerry off guard and Jerry didn't even start running. Question 57. Rain is falling at a rate of 3 centimeters per hour all over Springfield. Somewhere downtown in Springfield a group of pigeons is waiting for the rain to stop. If the rain filled a round puddle with a base area of 350 square centimeters and a depth of 13.5 centimeters, how long did the pigeons wait for the rain to stop? Option A, 3 hours and 12 minutes. Option B, 4 hours and 30 minutes. Option C, 4 hours and 45 minutes. Option D, 5 hours and 10 minutes. Option E, 5 hours and 30 minutes. The correct answer is option B, 4 hours and 30 minutes. The volume of the puddle is irrelevant since rain fell all over the city, thus, you should relate to the depth that fell only. 13.5/3 equals 4.5 hours of rain. Question 58. Ronald is now 4.5 years older than Andrew and third of that amount older than Ingrid. If in 0.5 years, Ronald will be 3 times older than Andrew, then in 2.25 years what would be Ingrid's divided by Andrew's age multiplied by Ronald's age? Option A, 8.125. Option B, 12.5. Option C, 12.875. Option D, 14.875. Option E, 15.225. The correct answer is option D, 14.875. Translate piece by piece into numbers. R, Ronald, equals A, Andrew, plus 4.5. The second equation, R equals I, Ingrid, plus 1.5. The third equation, R plus 0.5 equals 3, A plus 0.5. We have 3 equations with 3 variables. Ronald is 6.25, Ingrid is 4.75 and Andrew is 1.75. In 2.25 years, Ronald will be 8.5, Ingrid will be 7 and Andrew will be 4. The answer is 7/4x 8.5 equals 14.875. Question 59. Richard is now 14.5 years older than Arthur and half of that amount older than Sam. If in 2.75 years, Richard will be twice and a half older than Arthur, then in 7 years what would be Arthur's age approximately? Option A, 8. Option B, 14. Option C, 22. Option D, 24. Option E, 30. The correct answer is option B, 14. Translate piece by piece into numbers. R, Richard, equals A, Arthur, plus 14.5. The second equation, R equals S, Sam, plus 7.25. The third equation, R plus 2.75 equals 2.5, A plus 2.75. We have 3 equations with 3 variables. Today Arthur's age is approximately 6.9, take 7. In 7 years he would be about 14 years old. Question 60. In 13.5 years Stacy will be as old as Carolyn is now. 32 years ago Carolyn was 2.5 the age of Stacy. How old will Stacy be a decade from now? Option A, 36. Option B, 47. Option C, 51. Option D, 64. Option E, 71. The correct answer is option C, 51. Translate the data into numbers. S. Stacy, plus 13.5 equals C, Caroline, and 2.5, S. 32, equals C. 32. From the equations today Stacy is 41 years old, in a decade from now she will be 51. Question 61. X years in the future, Zach will be Y years old. Z years in the future, Zach will be how old? Option A, Z plus X plus Y. Option B, Z plus XY. Option C, XYZ. Option D, YX plus Z. Option E, 2Z plus XY. The correct answer is option D, YX plus Z. Write the following equations: Zach plus X equals Y and Zach plus Z equals. Put Zach from the first equation and place it in the second one. YX plus Z is the age in Z years. Question 62. An investment yielded an interest payment of $350 each month when the annual interest rate was 9%. What is the amount of the investment that should be invested with an annual interest rate of 8% if we want to gain 15% more each month? Option A, $60,375. Option B, $50,400. Option C, $41,300. Option D, $32,500. Option E, $25,100. The correct answer is option A, $60,375. The new monthly payment should be 1.15x $350 equals $402.50. Now we'll proceed with the formula: principal times percent interest equals interest earned principal times 0.08 times 1/12 equals $402.50. Solve for the principal. 402.5 times 12 /0.08 equals $60,375. Question 63. An investment gained an interest payment of $250 each month when the annual interest rate was 8%. How much more should we invest annually if we want to gain 12% more per month with a new annual interest rate of 7.5%? Option A, $9,360. Option B, $9,100. Option C, $8,250. Option D, $7,300. Option E, $7,150. The correct answer is option D, $7,300. The new monthly payment should be 1.12x $250 equals $280. Now we'll proceed with the formula: principal times percent interest equals interest earned. Solve for the principal for the 9% interest. 250 times 12 /0.08 equals $37,500. This is what we invested before. Solve for the principal for the 6.5% interest. 280 times 12 /0.075 equals $44,800. This is what we should invest with the new interest. 44,837,500 equals $7,300 is the amount to be added to the prime payment. Question 64. Mike earns $14 per hour and Phil earns $10.50 per hour. Approximately how much less, as a percentage, does Phil earn than Mike per hour? Option A, 25%. Option B, 32.5%. Option C, 37%. Option D, 37.5%. Option E, 40%. The correct answer is option A, 25%. Mike earns $14.10.5, $3.50 more than Phil. That is 3.5/14 equals 0.25 equals 25%. Question 65. A frustrated greengrocer is trying to sell cucumbers at a price of $1.50 per kg. Unfortunately, he has no success. The greengrocer gives a discount of 18% on the original price, but then the cucumbers are sold too fast, so he raises the price again by 10%. At that final price, how many cucumbers can you buy for $4.50, assuming that there are 12 cucumbers per kg and that only a whole number of kgs are sold? Option A, 25. Option B, 34. Option C, 40. Option D, 46. Option E, 48. The correct answer is option E, 48. 1.5x 0.82 equals $1.23. $1.23 x 1.1 equals $1.353. 5/1.353 equals 4 kilograms and change equals 48 cucumbers. Question 66. An air conditioning unit costs $470. On December there was a discount for Christmas of 16%. 6 months later, the holiday season was over, so the company raised the price of the air conditioning by 16%. How much will an air conditioning unit cost in November? Option A, $458. Option B, $470. Option C, $472. Option D, $484. Option E, $491. The correct answer is option A, $458. Pay attention, when you raise a number by X% and then you reduce X%, you don't get the original number again because the second time you took X% off you reduced it from a larger number, thus answer A is not the correct one. Let's check. 470x 0.84 equals 394.8. 394.8x 1.16 equals approximately $458. A simpler way to solve this problem is by knowing that the price would be lower than the original price because we increased and decreased the same amount of percentage. Question 67. In a rectangular coordinate system, what is the area of a rectangle whose vertices have the coordinates -4, 1, 1, 1, 1, -3, and -4, -3? Option A, 16. Option B, 20. Option C, 24. Option D, 25. Option E, 30. The correct answer is option B, 20. First draw the x and y axes, then plot the points and connect them. Right away you can see that the base is 5 units and the height is 4 units. The area of the rectangle is 20. Question 68. In a rectangular coordinate system, what is the area of a rhombus whose vertices have the coordinates 0, 3.5, 8, 0, 0, -3.5, -8, 0? Option A, 56. Option B, 88. Option C, 112. Option D, 116. Option E, 120. The correct answer is option A, 56. First draw the x and y axes, then plot the points and connect them. The area of a rhombus is simply the product of its diagonals divided by 2. The area is equals 16x7 equals 112 divided by 2 is equal to 56. Question 69. A GMAT class has a ratio of girls to boys of 1.5 to 3. If the class has a total of 36 students, how many more girls are there than boys? Option A, 8. Option B, 10. Option C, 12. Option D, 15. Option E, 18. The correct answer is option C, 12. This is a standard ratio problem. 36/1.5 plus 3 equals 8. The number of boys is 8x3 equals 24. The number of girls is 8x1.5 equals 12. The difference between the numbers is 12. Question 70. A math club class has a ratio of girls to boys of 1.5 to 4.5. Out of all the boys, 16.66% are left-handed. How many left-handed boys are there in the class assuming that there are 24 students altogether? Option A, 8. Option B, 6. Option C, 5. Option D, 4. Option E, 3. The correct answer is option E, 3. This is a standard ratio problem. 24/1.5 plus 4.5 equals 4. The number of boys is 4x 4.5 equals 18. The number of girls is 4x 1.5 equals 6. 16.66% out of 18 are 3 boys. Question 71. X is an even number, which of the following is odd? Option A, x2. Option B, x plus 1, 2. Option C, x plus 2, 2. Option D, x3 plus x. Option E, 2x2. The correct answer is option B, x plus 1, 2. The easiest way is to try out a number. Let's say x equals 2. You can see that b is 9, and that is always an odd number. Question 72. X is an integer, which of the following must be even? Option A, x, x plus 2, plus 2. Option B, x, x plus 1, plus 1. Option C, x, x plus 1. Option D, x2. Option E, x3 plus 1. The correct answer is option C, x, x plus 1. You don't know whether or not x is even. In answer C you have a multiplication of two consecutive numbers, so one of them must be even, and an even number multiplied by an odd number is always even. Question 73. P is divisible by 4. Q is divisible by 3. Which of the following is definitely odd? Option A, q, p plus 1. Option B, 2p plus 3q. Option C, pq2. Option D, p2q3. Option E, none of the above. The correct answer is option E, none of the above. P must be even, but Q is either even or odd. 3, 6. None of the following answers are definitely odd, although some can be. Question 74. A and b are integers. If 2ab equals ba, then which of the following is true? Option A, b less than a. Option B, a less than b. Option C, a and b are even. Option D, a is even and b is either even or odd. Option E, b is even. The correct answer is option D. A is even and b is either even or odd. 2ab equals ba, 3a equals 2b. Therefore 3a must be an even number, and since 3 is odd, a must be even and b can be either even or odd. Question 75. The bus that travels from St. Louis to Chicago and back comes to St. Louis every 4 hours, while the bus that travels from St. Louis to Springfield and back comes to St. Louis every 6 hours. If at 12 o'clock both buses arrived at St. Louis, at what time will they meet in St. Louis again? Option A, 1600 hours. Option B, 1800 hours. Option C, 2000 hours. Option D, 2200 hours. Option E, 2400 hours. The correct answer is option E, 2400 hours. In order for both buses to meet again, we ought to look for the smallest common factor of 4 and 6, thus 12 hours. After 12 hours, one of the buses will complete 3 round trips while the other will complete only 2. They will meet at 12 o'clock plus 12 equals 2400 hours. Question 76. Monica planned her birthday party. She prepared 5 muffins for each of her guests and kept aside 2 additional muffins in case someone will want extra. After the party, it turned out that one of the guests didn't come, but every one of the guests that did come ate 6 muffins and 3 muffins remained. How many guests did Monica plan on? Option A, 3. Option B, 4. Option C, 5. Option D, 6. Option E, 7. The correct answer is option C, 5. X is the number of guests that were supposed to show up at the party, and so Monica prepared 5x plus 2 muffins. X1 is the number of guests that did come to the party, and the total number of muffins is 6, x1, plus 3. The number of muffins that Monica prepared is equal to the total number of muffins, and so we can compare the following expressions: 5x plus 2 equals 6, x1, plus 3, x equals 5. Question 77. If 1/3 a less than 2, which of the following expressions can have the largest value? Option A, a2/3. Option B, a. Option C, a/2 plus 1/3. Option D, a plus 1/3. Option E, a3-4. The correct answer is option E, a 3-4. Try the answers for the largest and smallest values a can get. Take a equals 1.9, answer E will be the largest, and so this is the expression that can be the largest among the other expressions. Question 78. In an isosceles triangle, the sum of the sides is 2 inches longer than the base. What is the ratio between the length of the side and the length of the base? Option A, 1.5. Option B, 1. Option C, 1.75. Option D, 2. Option E, not enough information. The correct answer is option E, not enough information. Try taking the base of the triangle as 1 inch. Both of the sides are 3 inches. And the portion required is 1.5/1 equals 1.5. Try taking different numbers. Take 10 inches as the length of the base. The length of both sides is 10 plus 2 equals 12 inches. The portion required is 6/10. We can see that a randomly pick of 2 numbers will give 2 different answers, and therefore there is no distinct answer. Question 79. The distance between West Town to East Town is 15 kilometers. 2 birds start flying simultaneously towards one another, the first leaving from West Town at a speed of 4 kilometers per minute and the second bird, leaving from East Town, at a speed of 1 kilometers per minute. What will be the distance, in kilometers, between the meeting point and West Town? Option A, 3. Option B, 7. Option C, 10. Option D, 12. Option E, 15. The correct answer is option D, 12. The ratio between their speeds is 4:1, and so will be the ratio between the distances that they'll pass. The first bird will pass a distance of 12 kilometers and the second bird will pass only 3 kilometers. The meeting point will be 12 kilometers from West Town. Question 80. A car traveled from San Diego to San Francisco at an average speed of 48 miles per hour. If the journey back took twice as long, what was the average speed of the trip? Option A, 24. Option B, 32. Option C, 36. Option D, 42. Option E, 44. The correct answer is option B, 32. Average speed can be found by dividing the total distance by the total time. If the journey back took twice as long, then the car traveled at half the speed, thus 24 miles per hour. Take the time the car traveled from San Diego to San Francisco as t, and the time it took to get back is 2t. The total distance is 48t plus 24 asterisk 2t equals 96t, now divide it by the total time, 3t to get 32 miles per hour. Question 81. If alpha is defined as 2% of 5 degrees, how many alphas are there in two circles? Option A 0.72, option B 7.2, option C 72, option D 720, option E 7,200. The correct answer is option E, 7,200. Alpha is defined as 0.02x 5 degrees equals 0.1 degrees. In a circle there are 360 degrees, in two circles there are 720. 720 degrees / 0.1 equals 7,200 alphas, in two complete circles. Question 82. What is the smallest possible common multiple of three integers, all larger than 26? Option A 27, option B 54, option C 846, option D 19,656, option E 21,924. The correct answer is option A, 27. All of the integers have to be greater than 26, thus 27 and up. The question didn't mention that they have to be different and so they can all be equal to 27. The smallest common multiple of 27 is 27 itself. Question 83. What is the smallest possible common multiple of two integers, both bigger than 260? Option A 261, option B 262, option C 524, option D 12,542, option E 18,244. The correct answer is option A, 261. All of the integers have to be greater than 260, thus 261 and up. The question didn't mention that they have to be different from one another and so they can all be equal to 261. The smallest common multiple of 261 is 261. Question 84. A customer asks the clerk for a paintbrush and a bucket of whitewash for a total price of $B. If the paintbrush costs 200 cents less than twice the price of a bucket of whitewash, what is the price of half a bucket of whitewash in dollars? Option A, B plus 200/2, option B, B plus 2/6, option C, 2B plus 200/3, option D, B plus 2/3, option E, B plus 2/6. The correct answer is option E, B plus 2/6. Define W as the price of the bucket of whitewash and P as the price of a paintbrush. You can write the following equations: P plus W equals B and P equals 2W2. Notice that 200 cents are translated into $2. From the equations we can conclude that W equals B plus 2/3. Therefore the price of half a bucket is B plus 2/6. Question 85. If 34 boxes of cucumbers and brine cost $1, how much will B boxes cost in cents? Option A, AB/34. Option B, 17 AB/50, option C, 34 AB, option D, 50 AB/17, option E, 100 AB/17. The correct answer is option D, 50 AB/17. If 34 boxes cost $1 then one box costs $34 or 100 A/34 cents equals 50 A/17. B boxes will cost B x 50 A/17 equals 50 AB/17. Question 86. If X boxes of pineapple juice cost 342 cents, how much will Y boxes cost in dollars? Option A 342Y/X, option B X/342Y, option C XY/342, option D 3.42X/Y, option E 3.42Y/X. The correct answer is option E, 3.42Y/X. If X boxes cost 342 cents, or $3.42, then each box costs 3.42/X, Y boxes will cost 3.42Y/X. Question 87. Jeremy bought 2 Q steaks for $W. Jerome buys our steaks for a 50% discount. How much will the steaks cost him in cents? Option A, 50 RW/Q, option B, 50 QR/W, option C, 25 RQ/W, option D, 25 RW/Q, option E, RW/ for Q. The correct answer is option D, 25 RW/Q. Jeremy paid $W, or 100 W cents, for 2Q steaks and therefore each steak cost him 50 W/Q. Jerome has a 50% discount, so every steak costs him 25 W/Q. Jerome wants to buy our steaks, it will cost him 25 RW/Q. Question 88. An electrical appliances store sold this month 400% more than the average of all the other months in the year. The sales total for this month was approximately what percent of total sales for this year? Option A, 14%. Option B, 21%. Option C, 31%. Option D, 37%. Option E, 43%. The correct answer is option C, 31%. Plug in $1 as the sales for each of the other 11 months. On that special month, the store sold 400% more, 400% of 1 is 4, or $5. The sales of this month relative to the sales of the entire year are 5/11 plus 5, 5/16, which is a bit less than 1/3, 33%. Question 89. What is the units digit of 9, 7, 17, 3, 3, 3? Option A, 3. Option B, 5. Option C, 7. Option D, 8. Option E, 9. The correct answer is option E, 9. 17, 3, 3, 3 equals 17x 3, 3 equals 51, 3 equals 51x 51x 51. The units digit is just 1x 1x 1 equals 1. We are left with the units digit of 97. 9, 7 equals 9x 81x 81x 81. The units digit is 9, and therefore the units digit of the entire expression is 9. Question 90. A certain factory produces buttons and buckles at a uniform weight. If the total weight of 2 buttons and 2 buckles is 1/3 of 11 buckles and 3 buttons, then the weight of 3 buttons and 2 buckles is how many times that of 5 buckles and 6 buttons? Option A, 7/15. Option B, 4/9. Option C, 6/11. Option D, 5/9. Option E, 8/15. The correct answer is option A, 7/15. Define B as the weight of a button and K as the weight of a buckle. The total weight of 2B plus 2K is equal to 11K plus 3B. 3B equals 5KB equals 5K/3. The question requires the ratio between 3B plus 2K and 5K plus 6B. The first factor is equal to 5K plus 2K equals 7K. The second factor is equal to 5K plus 2, 5K equals 15K. The ratio between them is 7/15 and therefore the first factor is 7/15 of the second one. Question 91. In a recent survey, Q people were asked whether they eat after 2200 hours o'clock. 25% of the people answered positively and 40% of the rest were asked, at what time do they get up in the morning? Which of the following expressions represents the number of people who do not eat after 2200 hours and were not asked about the time they get up in the morning? Option A, 3Q/20. Option B, Q/10. Option C, 5Q/9. Option D, 3Q/10. Option E, 9Q/20. The correct answer is option E, 9Q/20. 75Q/100 is the number of people who eat after 2200 hours. 60% of that number is the number of people who weren't asked upon, when do they get up at the morning? 60x, 75Q/100 equals 45Q/100 equals 9Q/20. Question 92. A and B are integers. The expression, A plus 1, B plus 1, is even. What can be said about A and B? Option A, they are both even numbers. Option B, at least one of them is even. Option C, at least one of them is odd. Option D, they are both odd. Option E, nothing can be said surely on A and B. The correct answer is option C, at least one of them is odd. Because the given expression is even, at least one of the phrases in one of the parentheses must be even, therefore either A or B must be odd. Question 93. In Orange County 1/5 of the people are gathering mushrooms and 1/7 of the people are collecting apples. What can be the number of people in Orange County? Option A, 60. Option B, 42. Option C, 85. Option D, 140. Option E, 252. The correct answer is option D, 140. The answer must be a number that is divisible by both 7 and 4. The only possible number is 140. Question 94. Danny can divide his herd into 5 equal parts and also to 6 equal parts, but not to 9 equal parts. What could be the number of cows Danny has in his herd? Option A, 155. Option B, 336. Option C, 180. Option D, 120. Option E, 456. The correct answer is option A, 155. The number of cows is divisible by 5 and 6 but not by 9, meaning it must end with a 5 or a 0 and be divisible by 3. The sum of its digits is divisible by 3, that leaves answers C and A only. However, 180 is also divisible by 9 and is ruled out. Question 95. The number of bunnies in Peter's yard increases by 4 times every week. How many weeks will it take for the number of bunnies to be divisible by 8 assuming that he started out with 3 bunnies? Option A, 1. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. Option D, 4. Option E, never. The correct answer is option B, 2. In the beginning he has 3, 1 week later he has 12 and 2 weeks later he has 48 and that can be equally divided by 8. Question 96. If x equals 23x 52x 7, then the expression x/8 is not divisible by option A, 1, option B, 2, option C, 5, option D, 7, option E, 25. The correct answer is option B, 2. From the given expression we learn that x/8 equals 25x7, which is not divisible by 2. Question 97. The remainder when dividing the expression, x plus y, by 5 is 4. The remainder of x divided by 10 is 2. What is the remainder of y divided by 5? Option A, 1, option B, 2, option C, 3, option D, 4, option E, 5. The correct answer is option B, 2. Plug in numbers that fit the conditions. X plus y equals 19 and so 19/5 gives a remainder of 4. X equals 12 and so 12/10 gives a remainder of 2. Therefore y is 7. 7/5 equals 1. The remainder is 2. Question 98. Q is a prime number larger than 10. What is the smallest positive number, except 1, that 3q can be equally divided by? Option A, 3 quetzales. Option B, q. Option C, 3. Option D, q plus 3. Option E, 2q. The correct answer is option C, 3. 3q is a prime number so it can be divided equally by 3q, by 1 and by the components 3 and q. The smallest number is 3. Question 99. A can be divided by 11 with no remainder. Which of the following expressions could be divided by 11 leaving a remainder of 1? Option A, A20. Option B, A12. Option C, A9. Option D, A10. Option E, A13. The correct answer is option D, A10. A/11 equals x, so A equals 11x. Now change A and answer D with 11x to get 11x 10. Plug in numbers and x to find out if it could leave a remainder of 1 when divided by 11. Let's try x equals 2 and A equals 22. In expression D, 22 minus 10 is equal to 12. 12/11 equals 1 with a remainder of 1. Try plugging the same number, 2, to each of the expressions to find the right answer. Question 100. Eggs are sold in packages of 6 or 11 only. If Doris bought 70 eggs exactly, what could be the number of large packs Doris bought? Option A, 6. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. Option D, 5. Option E, 4. The correct answer is option B, 2. If she bought 2 large packs, 22 eggs, then she has 48 eggs left. 48 eggs can be equally divided into 8 boxes of 6. Question 101. A, B, C are 3 consecutive positive integers, A greater than B greater than C. What is the value of the expression 2A plus B plus 3C? Option A, 6A plus 7. Option B, 5A plus 1. Option C, 5A1. Option D, 6A5. Option E, 6A7. The correct answer is option E, 6A7. A different way is by expressing B and C according to A, C equals A2, B equals A1. So the expression becomes 2A plus, A1, plus 3, A2, equals 6A7. Question 102. Q, R, S, and T are 4 consecutive positive numbers. Which of the following expressions must be odd? Option A, QR plus ST. Option B, Q plus or plus S plus T. Option C, Q2 plus S3. Option D, Q2 plus R2. Option E, Q2 plus 2R. The correct answer is option D, Q2 plus R2. You can ignore the powers since odds and evens remain as they were under powers. Q and R are consecutive numbers and therefore one of them is even and the other one is odd. The result of the sum of an even number and an odd number must be an odd number. Question 103. X, y, and z are consecutive numbers, x greater than y greater than z, x plus 2y plus 3z equals 5y plus 4. What is z? Option A 5, option B 6, option C 3, option D 4, option E 2. The correct answer is option A, 5. Use the answers to backsolve. X plus 2y plus 3z equals 5y plus 4, x plus 3z equals 3y plus 4. Let's try the first answer, z equals 5, so y equals 6 and x equals 6. Let's check the equivalence, 7 plus 15 equals 22 equals 18 plus 4. Question 104. The sum of three consecutive numbers is definitely, option A, positive, option B, divisible by 2, option C, divisible by 3, option D, divisible by 4, option E, divisible by 5. The correct answer is option C, divisible by 3. This is a rule, the sum of three consecutive integers is divisible by 3. For example, take 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals 12. Question 105. Which of the following expressions is independent to variable x? Option A, for x3, /x3, option B, x, 1 plus 2x, /2, option C, for x14, 1x, option D, x plus 2, 2x2, option E, x for x, plus 4x 4. The correct answer is option B, x, 1 plus 2x, 2. Simplify all the expressions to see where x disappears. Answer B, x, 1 plus 2x, 2 equals x 1/2, x equals minus 1/2, and this answer, as you can see, is not dependent on the variable x. Question 106. If a plus 2, 2 equals a plus 5, 2, what could be the value of a? Option A, 1.5, option B, minus 2.5, option C, minus 3.5, option D, 2.5, option E, 3. The correct answer is option C, minus 3.5. Plug in the answers to backsolve this question. Input A equals minus 3.5 and you'll get minus 1.5, 2 equals 1.5, 2. Question 107. If a2, b plus c, equals 20, a, b and c are all integers bigger than 1, what is the value of the expression, b plus c, a? Option A, 1, option B, 2, option C, 3, option D, 4, option E, 9. The correct answer is option C, 3. Because they are all integers bigger than 1, the only multiplication can be 4x 5 equals 20. Because a is an integer, a2 can't be 5, therefore it's 4, a equals 2, a equals 2, b plus c equals 5, b plus c, a equals 5, 2 equals 3. Question 108. If abc plus d equals 13, and a plus bcd equals 5, what is the value of bd, 2? Option A, 16, option B, 64, option C, 8, option D, 4, option E, 12. The correct answer is option A, 16. Subtract equation 2 from equation 1 and you'll get dash 2b plus 2d equals 8, bd, 2 equals 16. Question 109. If a plus b equals 4, b plus c equals 9 and c plus d equals 3, what is the value of a plus d? Option A, 16, option B, 2, option C, 7, option D, minus 2, option E, 8. The correct answer is option A, 16. Take equation 1 plus equation 3 equation 2 and you'll get 4 plus 3 9 equals minus 2. Question 110. If x2 plus y2 equals a plus 3, xy equals 7 and x plus y, 2 equals 25, what is the value of a? Option A, 11, option B, 6, option C, 8, option D, 5, option E, 4. The correct answer is option D, 5. A plus 3 equals x2 plus y2 equals x plus y, 2 2xy equals 25 7x2 equals 11 a equals 8. Question 111. If 4x, 2-5x, 3, which of the following is correct? Option A, x minus 5, option B, x minus 5, option C, x greater than 5, option D, minus 5x less than 0, option E, 0x less than 5. The correct answer is option A, x minus 5. Multiply both sides by 3, 12 3x less than 2 5x x minus 5. Question 112. If y less than x and x m y m, what must be true? Option A, m less than x, Option B, m less than y. Option C, x less than 0. Option D, m less than 0. Option E, y less than 0. The correct answer is option D, m less than 0. If y less than x, multiply both sides by m and see that m must be negative since it changed the sign of the inequality. Remember that multiplying both sides of an inequality by a negative number reverses the direction of the inequality sign. Question 113. If x equals y/z minus 1 z less than 0, and 4y, which of the following is correct? Option A, x greater than 4. Option B, 0 x less than 4. Option C, minus 4 x less than 0. Option D, x minus 4. Option E, x minus 20. The correct answer is option D, x minus 4. Plug in numbers that fit the conditions of the question. Y equals 5, z equals minus 1/2, x equals 5/ minus 1/2 equals minus 10. Question 114. If b plus a less than b a less than ab, which of the following is correct? Option A less than b less than 0. Option B, b less than a less than 0. Option C, b less than 0 a. Option D, 0 b less than a. Option E, b greater than a greater than 0. The correct answer is option B, b less than a less than 0. Divide the equation into two, b plus a less than ba, and ba less than ab. From the first one, a less than 0. From the second one, a greater than b. Therefore b is the answer. Question 115. A is an integer. Which of the following expressions must be even? Option A plus 2, 1. Option B, a1, plus 1. Option C, a plus 1, a plus 2. Option D, a1, a plus 3. Option E, a2, 1. The correct answer is option C, a plus 1, a plus 2. Answer C is a multiplication of two consecutive numbers, therefore one of them must be even, and an even number multiplied by a different number is an even number. Question 116. X and y are integers. If, for x plus 3y equals 3yx, which of the following is true? Option A, x is even. Option B, x is odd. Option C, y is even. Option D, y is odd. Option E, none of the above. The correct answer is option A, x is even. For x plus y equals 3yx, 3x equals 2y, the right side of the equation is definitely even. Therefore x must also be even since it is multiplied by an odd number, 3. Question 117. To a prime number bigger than 2, 1 is added, the result is multiplied by 3. What can be the result of these actions? Option A, 51. Option B, 54. Option C, 43. Option D, 41. Option E, 53. The correct answer is option E, 53. A prime number bigger than 2 must be odd. Adding 1 to that number gives you an even number, multiply that number by 3 and again the result is even. The only even answer is B. Question 118. A 7-digit phone number is divisible by 3. After adding the 2 digits of the area code the number is not divisible by 3. Which of the following cannot be the area code? Option A, 06. Option B, 02. Option C, 07. Option D, 04. Option E, 05. The correct answer is option A, 06. Adding one number that is divisible by 3 to another, the result will still be a number that is divisible by 3. The only number among the answers that is divisible by 3 is 06. Question 119. In a Greek restaurant there is a custom to break plates during celebrations. If after 8 celebrations there were only 6 plates left, which of the following could be the original number of plates before the celebrations? Option A, 30. Option B, 32. Option C, 34. Option D, 36. Option E, 40. The correct answer is option A, 30. Take answer A, start with 30 plates, take out 6 so you have 24. 24 is divisible by 8 celebrations. Question 120. If A, B, C and D are consecutive integers, A less than B less than C less than D, what is the value of D plus C, B plus A? Option A, 1. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. Option D, 4. Option E, 0. The correct answer is option E, 0. Plug in some numbers. Try A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3 and D equals 4. D plus C, B plus A, equals 7, 3 equals 4. It will work with any number since the difference between any two consecutive integers is always 1. Question 121. A, B and C are consecutive integers. If x equals ax bx c/2, what can be said about x? Option A, x is even. Option B, x is divisible by 3. Option C, x is divisible by 5. Option D, x is positive. Option E, x is a fraction. The correct answer is option B, x is divisible by 3. A product of three consecutive integers is divisible by 6, therefore when divided by 2 it is still divisible by 3. Question 122. If a, b and c are consecutive integers, a less than b less than c, and 6a for b equals a, what is the value of c? Option A 6, option B 5, option C 4, option D 3, option E 2. The correct answer is option A, 6. B is the number following A, thus 6a 4, a plus 1, equals a equals 4, c equals 6. Question 123. A cup can hold 1/3 of the amount a bowl can hold. A pot can hold 6 times more than a cup. How many pots can be filled with a liquid that takes up 6 bowls? Option A 1, option B 2, option C 3.5, option D 4, option E 5.5. The correct answer is option B, 2. Try some numbers. 1 cup can hold 1 liter, 1 bowl can hold 3 liters, a pot can hold 9 liters. 6 bowls hold 18 liters and that can fill up 2 pots. Question 124. Michael, Steve and Tyler shared a box of cookies. Michael ate 1/8 of the cookies, Steve ate 1/2 and Tyler ate 150 more cookies than Michael. If no cookies remain in the box, how many cookies were in the box? Option A 1,200, option B 600, option C 800, option D 400, option E 550. The correct answer is option B, 600. The fastest way is to try the answers. Take 600. Michael ate 600/8, 75 cookies, Steve ate 300 and Tyler ate 225. Adding the numbers and you'll get 600 cookies again. Question 125. The price of a pasta box in the neighborhood grocery store is $7. The price of a pasta box in the market is $5. A bus ticket to the market costs $4.70, one way. What is the minimum number of pasta boxes that must be bought so the trip would be economically worthwhile? Option A 5, option B 6, option C 3, option D 4, option E 7. The correct answer is option C, 3. The price difference between the two places is $7.5 equals $2 per box. The bus ride back and forth is $9.40. If he buys at least 5 boxes, the trip to the market will be worthwhile. Question 126. Following an increase in prices, the price of a candy box was £10 and the price of a can of soda was £6. If the price of a candy box was raised by 25%, and the price of a can of soda was raised by 50%, what was the price of a box of candy plus a can of soda before prices were raised? Option A 11, option B 12, option C 13, option D 14, option E 14.5. The correct answer is option B, 12. For the candy box, £10 is 125%, therefore the original price was £8. The same thing goes with the soda, £6 is 150%, and therefore the original price was 4. The price of both products together was 12p before the rise. Question 127. In a chocolate store, all chocolates are either vanilla or cocoa flavored only. 10% of the chocolates are cocoa flavored, 90% of the rest are squashed. What percentage of the chocolates are both vanilla flavored and not squashed? Option A 1%, option B 5%, option C 9%, option D 10%, option E 2%. The correct answer is option C, 9%. Pick a number of chocolates. It is best to take 100 as an example. 10 are cocoa, 90% of the rest, 0.9 x 90 equals 81, are squashed. That means that only 9 are both vanilla flavored and not squashed. Question 128. Z is 120% of y, x is smaller than z by 80%. What percentage is x of y? Option A 96%, option B 24%, option C 50%, option D 40%, option E 45%. The correct answer is option B, 24%. Pick numbers. Y equals 100, z equals 120, x equals 0.2 x 120 equals 24. x/y equals 24%. Question 129. A baker sold all of his donuts for a total amount of £216. If on each donut the baker made a profit of 8% of the cost, how much did it cost the baker to make all the donuts? Option A, 210. Option B, 200. Option C, 190. Option D, 180. Option E, 170. The correct answer is option B, 200. If on each donut he made a profit of 8%, then he made the same profit on all of his donuts. That means that £216 are 108% of the cost, and 100% is £200. Question 130. The average age of Eric and George is 10 years smaller than the average age of Martha and Bella. If Martha is 6 years older than Eric, how much older is Bella from George? Option A, 2. Option B, 8. Option C, 10. Option D, 12. Option E, 14. The correct answer is option E, 14. Write the equation, Eric plus George, /2 10 equals, Bella plus Martha, /2 Eric plus George plus 20 equals Bella plus Martha. The girls are 20 years older than the boys. If one is older only by 6, then the other one has to be older by 14. Question 131. The grade point average of the entire class is 90. If the average of 1/3 of the class is 96, what is the average of the rest? Option A, 92. Option B, 88. Option C, 89. Option D, 86. Option E, 87. The correct answer is option B, 88. Choose a representative number of students, 3 for example. Use the average formula, 96 plus 2x, /3 equals 90, 2x equals 174, x equals 87. Question 132. In a workshop there are 4 kinds of beds, 3 kinds of closets, 2 kinds of shelves and 7 kinds of chairs. In how many ways can a person decorate his room if he wants to buy in the workshop 1 shelf, 1 bed and one of the following, a chair or a closet? Option A, 168. Option B, 16. Option C, 80. Option D, 48. Option E, 56. The correct answer is option C, 80. You must multiply your options to every item. 2 shelves, x, 4 beds, x, 3 closets plus 7 chairs, equals 80 possibilities. Question 133. In how many combinations can we choose 2 students out of 10 if each student is needed to fill a different role in the student's council? Option A, 110. Option B, 45. Option C, 55. Option D, 90. Option E, 100. The correct answer is option C, 55. For the first role there are 10 free students, for the second role there are only 9 left. Therefore we have 10x9, 90 combinations total. Question 134. 3 people are to be seated on a bench. How many different sitting arrangements are possible if Eric must sit next to Joe? Option A, 2. Option B, 4. Option C, 6. Option D, 8. Option E, 10. The correct answer is option B, 4. Treat the 2 who must sit together as one person. You have 2 possible sitting arrangements. Then remember that the 2 that sit together can switch places. So you have 2 times 2 arrangements and a total of 4. Question 135. How many 3-digit numbers satisfy the following conditions? The first digit is different from 0 and the other digits are all different from each other. Option A, 648. Option B, 504. Option C, 576. Option D, 810. Option E, 672. The correct answer is option C, 576. For the first digit you have 9 options, from 1 to 9 without 0. For the second number you have 9 options as well, 0 to 9 minus the first digit that was already used, and for the third digit you have 8 options left. So the number of possibilities is 9x9x8 equals 648. Question 136. Barbara has 8 shirts and 9 pants. How many clothing combinations does Barbara have if she doesn't wear 2 specific shirts with 3 specific pants? Option A, 41. Option B, 66. Option C, 36. Option D, 70. Option E, 56. The correct answer is option D, 70. There are 8x9, 72 possibilities of shirts plus pants. 2x3, 6 of the combinations are not allowed. Therefore, only 66 combinations are possible. Question 137. In jar A there are 3 white balls and 2 green ones, in jar B there is 1 white ball and 3 green ones. A jar is randomly picked. What is the probability of picking up a white ball out of jar A? Option A 2/5, option B 3/5, option C 3/10, option D 3/4, option E 2/3. The correct answer is option C, 3/10. The probability of picking the first jar is 1/2. The probability of picking up a white ball out of jar A is 3/3 plus 2 equals 3/5. The probability of both events is 1/2 x 3/5 equals 3/10. Question 138. The probability of pulling a black ball out of a glass jar is 1/x. The probability of pulling a black ball out of a glass jar and breaking the jar is 1/y. What is the probability of breaking the jar? Option A 1/xy, option B x/y, option C y/x, option D 1/x plus y, option E 1/xy. The correct answer is option B, x/y. Let Z be the probability of breaking the jar, therefore the probability of both events happening is Zx, 1/x equals 1/y, Z equals x/y. Question 139. An ant walks an average of 500 meters in 12 minutes. A beetle walks 15% less distance at the same time on the average. Assuming the beetle walks at her regular rate, what is its speed in km/h? Option A 2.215, option B 2.5, option C 2.775, option D 3.2, option E 3.5. The correct answer is option A, 2.215. A beetle moves 0.85 x 500 equals 425 meters in 12 minutes, that is equal to 0.425 kilometers in 1/5 of an hour. The speed in the right units is 0.425 x 5 equals 2.125 kilometers per hour. Question 140. A car was driving at 60 kilometers per hour for 20 minutes, and then at 90 kilometers per hour for another 40 minutes. What was its average speed? Option A 80, option B 75, option C 70, option D 65, option E 54. The correct answer is option A, 80. The average speed is equal to total distance / total time equals 60x 1/3 plus 90x 2/3 / 1 equals 80 kilometers per hour. Question 141. The distance from Steve's house to work is 30 kilometers. On the way back, Steve drives twice as fast as he did on the way to work. Altogether, Steve is spending 6 hours a day on the roads. What is Steve's speed on the way back from work? Option A 10, option B 20, option C 5, option D 14, option E 15. The correct answer is option E, 15. Steve's speed on the way back is double the speed to work, therefore it takes him half the time to return home. Divide 6 hours by 1:2 ratio. The time it takes him to get home is 2 hours and the time driving to work is 4 hours. 30 kilometers in 2 hours is 15 kilometers per hour. Question 142. The running speed of a horse is 3 times faster than the jogging of a donkey. If a horse is running for 4 hours and a donkey is jogging for 3 hours, what is the horse's speed in km/h if the sum of their distances is 45 kilometers? Option A 15, option B 9, option C 3, option D 12, option E 8. The correct answer is option B, 9. X is the donkey's speed and 3x is the horse's speed. The total amount of distance is equal to 45 into 3x. 4 plus x 3 equals 15x, x equals 3, the speed of a horse is 9. Question 143. Two ants are moving from their farms towards each other. Ant A is moving at a speed of 9 centimeters per hour and Ant B is moving at a speed of 6 centimeters per hour. If the farms are 60 centimeters away from each other, what will be the distance Ant A travels until meeting Ant B? Option A 18, option B 24, option C 36, option D 42, option E 48. The correct answer is option C, 36. The ants are moving towards each other, therefore adding their speeds will represent the speed that they are moving towards one another. 60 centimeters / 9 plus 6 equals 4 hours. The distance that Ant A will travel in 4 hours is 4x 9 equals 36 centimeters. Question 144. At 12:10 o'clock Bill leaves point A towards point B at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. At 13:40 o'clock Rika leaves from the same point towards point B also, but at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. At what time will Rika passes over Bill? Option A 1440, option B 1510, option C 1610, option D 1540, option E 1530. The correct answer is option B, 1510. At 1340, Bill has already moved 30x 1.5, 45 kilometers. Their relative speed is 60-30, 30 kilometers per hour, therefore it would take 45/30, 1.5 hours to close the gap between the two. 1340 plus 90 minutes are 1510. Question 145. James can eat 25 marshmallows in 20 minutes. Dylan can eat 25 in 1 hour. In how much time will the two eat 150 marshmallows? Option A 40 minutes. Option B 1 hour and 30 minutes. Option C 1 hour. Option D 1 hour and 40 minutes. Option E 2 hours and 15 minutes. The correct answer is option C, 1 hour. Calculate each of their output in 1 hour. James can eat 75 and Dylan can eat only 25. Together they can eat 100 marshmallows in 1 hour. It would take those 1.5 hours to eat 150 marshmallows. Question 146. A wolf eats 5.5 kilograms of meat in 2 days. A baby tiger eats 3 kilograms of meat in 4 days. How much meat can the two combined eat in 3 days? Option A 10, option B 8, option C 9, option D 7, option E 6. The correct answer is option C, 9. A wolf eats 2.25 kilograms a day, a baby tiger eats 0.75 kilograms a day. Together they eat 3 kilograms of meat every day. In 3 days they will eat 9 kilograms of meat. Question 147. 20 beavers, working together in a constant pace, can build a dam in 3 hours. How many hours will it take 12 beavers that work at the same pace to build the same dam? Option A 5, option B 2, option C 8, option D 4, option E 6. The correct answer is option A, 5. 20 beavers worked 3 hours, therefore 60 hours of work were needed to build the dam. 60 hours/12 beavers equals 5 hours of work to complete the same dam. Question 148. B and A are consecutive numbers. If A plus B plus X equals 15, then what is true about X? Option A. It can be equally divided by 5. Option B. It can be equally divided by 3. Option C. Positive. Option D. Even. Option E. Odd. The correct answer is option D, even. A plus B is an odd number. In order for the sum to be equal to 15x must be an even number. Question 149. A and B are numbers between 0 and 9. When multiplying 56 by another number the result is 1 Which of the following can represent A? Option A 8, option B 2, option C 6, option D 4, option E 5. The correct answer is option C, 6. We have two choices, 56x2 equals 112 or 56x3 equals 168. Therefore A could be 1 or 6. The answer is A equals 6. Question 150. Q and R are numbers between 0 and 9. When multiplying 71 by another double-digit number the result is 7pq. Which of the following could represent Q? Option A 1, option B 8, option C 3, option D 5, option E 4. The correct answer is option A, 1. We have two choices, 71x10 equals 710 or 71x11 equals 781. Therefore Q can be 0 or 1. The answer is A. Question 151. A and B are numbers between 1 and 9. What is ABAB/AB? AB is a 2-digit number and ABAB is a 4-digit number. Option A 11, option B BAB, option C 101, option D AB, option E 100. The correct answer is option C, 101. Plug in numbers, A equals 1, B equals 2, AB equals 12, ABAB equals 1212, 1212/12 equals 101. Question 152. V, W, X, Y and Z are numbers between 0 and 9. If XYZ/15 equals WV and VW equals X, WV is a 2-digit number, XYZ is a 3-digit number. Which of the following numbers can represent XYZ? Option A 321, option B 215, option C 633, option D 570, option E 414. The correct answer is option D, 570. We see that XYZ should be equally divisible by 15, or by 5 and 3. The only number that fits those conditions is 570. Question 153. What is the sum of squares of the first two positive odd integers if the sum of squares of the first two positive even integers is x? Option A, x. Option B, x/3. Option C, x/2. Option D, x/6. Option E, 3x/4. The correct answer is option C, x/2. The squares of the first two odd numbers are 12 plus 32 equals 10. The squares of the first two even numbers are 22 plus 42 equals 20. Question 154. A carousel spins at a rate of 1/2 around per second. If a point on its circumference is located 0.5 meters from the center of rotation, how many times approximately will this point reach its starting point in 2 minutes? Option A, 25. Option B, 30. Option C, 60. Option D, 120. Option E, 180. The correct answer is option C, 60. If the carousel spins half a turn in 1 second, then it spins once every 2 seconds. In 2 minutes there are 120 seconds, and therefore the point will reach its starting point, 120/2 equals 60 times, no matter how far it is from the center of the circle. Question 155. There are 7 players in a bowling team with an average weight of 85 kilograms. If 2 new players join the team, one weighs 110 kilograms and the second weighs 60 kilograms, what will be the new average weight? Option A, 75 kilograms. Option B, 80 kilograms. Option C, 85 kilograms. Option D, 90 kilograms. Option E, 92 kilograms. The correct answer is option C, 85 kilograms. The trick to this question is to notice that the average weight of the 2 new players is exactly 85 kilograms, and so when they join the team, the average weight stays the same. Question 156. The number of hats that Sarah owns is 5 times bigger than the number Nikki owns. If Sarah gives 6 hats to Nikki, they will have the same number of hats. How many hats does Sharon own now? Option A, 5. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. Option D, 4. Option E, 6. The correct answer is option C, 3. Let x be the number of hats that Nikki owns. Sarah owns 5x. 5x6 equals x plus 6x equals 3. Question 157. Jason washes 3 plates after each and every diner. After how many dinners will Jason wash the 26th plate? Option A, 10. Option B, 9. Option C, 8. Option D, 7. Option E, 6. The correct answer is option B, 9. Only after he finishes each dinner he washes 3 plates. So after his 8-foot dinner he'll finish the 24-th plate, and only after the 9-th dinner he'll wash plates number 25, 26 and 27. Question 158. Arnold and Danny are 2 twin brothers that are celebrating their birthday. The product of their ages today is smaller by 9 from the product of their ages a year from today. What is their age today? Option A, 7. Option B, 2. Option C, 9. Option D, 4. Option E, 5. The correct answer is option D, 4. Back solve using the answers. Take the age 4. For x, 4 equals 16. 16 plus 9 equals 25. And in 1 year they'll be 5, so 5x5 equals 25. Question 159. Brian got in his latest test a grade 3 times higher than he anticipated. In spite of that, he decided to appeal. After the appeal he got 30 points lower than the original grade, but still the grade was 30 points higher than his anticipation. What was the grade Brian anticipated? Option A, 15. Option B, 20. Option C, 30. Option D, 25. Option E, 35. The correct answer is option C, 30. The grade Brian anticipated is X. The grade that he really got was 3x. After the appeal he got 3x30 that was still x plus 30. Therefore x equals 30. Question 160. Steve's monthly income is bigger by $4,000 than John's salary. If they both earned, together, $144,000 in 1 year, what is John's monthly income? Option A, $1,000. Option B, $2,000. Option C, $3,000. Option D, $4,000. Option E, $5,000. The correct answer is option D, $4,000. Steve every month x plus 4,000. Steve and John together every month x plus 4,000 equals 2x plus 4,000. Steve and John in a year 12, 2x plus 4,000 equals 144,000 x equals 4,000. Question 161. The value of a stock is x dollars. On Sunday the stock's value grew by half of its value, but on Monday its value dropped to a third of its new value. What is the stock's value at the end of Monday? Option A, x. Option B, x/2. Option C, 2x/3. Option D, x/3. Option E, x/4. The correct answer is option B, x/2. Let's say that the original value of the stock was 100. After Sunday its value was 150. After Monday its value was 50, thus 1/2 of its original value. Question 162. Heather has 35 stamps in her stamp collection. The stamps are divided into 3 groups, old, new and foreign. The number of stamps in the old group is 1/2 of the number of stamps in the new group and 1/7 of the total amount of stamps. How many foreign stamps does Heather have? Option A, 21. Option B, 20. Option C, 15. Option D, 7. Option E, 18. The correct answer is option B, 20. If the number of old stamp is 1/7 of the total amount, then there are 5 old stamps. 5 old stamps are 1/2 of the new ones, so there are 10 new stamps, therefore there are 35 10 5 equals 20 foreign stamps. Question 163. The numbers of pizza slices that are sold in Joey's Pizza are only in quantities of 5 and 8 slices per customer. How many slices cannot be bought? Option A, 42. Option B, 33. Option C, 22. Option D, 20. Option E, 38. The correct answer is option C, 22. Check every answer. 42 equals 2x5 plus 8x4. 33 equals 5x5 plus 8. 20 equals 4x5. 38 equals 5x6 plus 8. The only a number which cannot be bought is 22. Question 164. Elizabeth is interested in dividing the rooms in the house among the family. Unfortunately, they do not divide equally. It turns out that in order for the rooms to be divisible, Elizabeth has to build 2 more rooms and kick out one of the family members. Which of the following can describe the number of the initial rooms in the house and the initial number of family members, in the order rooms, family? Option A, 28. Option B, 39. Option C, 15, 6. Option D, 10, 5. Option E, 22, 10. The correct answer is option B, 39. First we can eliminate answers where the number of rooms can be divided by the number of people, such as answer D. We are looking for an answer that if you subtract 1 from the right and add 2 to the left number will be divisible by the right number. The only answer that fits this description is B, 30 plus 2, /8, equals 4. Question 165. In a haircut competition, the number of blonde girls is 3 times bigger than the number of brown-haired girls, and the number of brown-haired girls is twice the number of red-haired girls. Assuming that there is no other hair color, what is the proportion of the brown-haired girls? Option A, 2/3. Option B, 4/9. Option C, 1/3. Option D, 5/9. Option E, 2/9. The correct answer is option E, 2/9. Pick a number for the red-haired girls. 1. The number of brown-haired girls is twice as much, thus 2. The number of blondes is 3 times as much, thus 6. The total number of girls is 9 and the brown ones are 2 out of 9. Question 166. In store there are 10 pairs of pants for every 40 store B has. The price ratio between the pants in store B and the pants in store A is 3 to 4. If all the pants were sold in both places until the stock ran out, what is the ratio between the total amount stores A earned to the total amount store B earned? Option A, 3:16. Option B, 2:3. Option C, 1:3. Option D, 3:4. Option E, 2:5. The correct answer is option C, 1:3. Plug in numbers. Pants in store A cost $3 and in store B $4. In store A they sold 10 pairs so they earned $40, in store B they earned 40 x 3, $120. The ratio between the money earned is 1 to 3. Question 167. Chris has 100 gold bars and 60 bronze bars. After replacing 10 gold bars with bronze bars, he had an equal amount of gold and bronze bars. The price ratio between a gold and a bronze bar is? Option A, 2:3. Option B, 1:2. Option C, 1:3. Option D, 3:4. Option E, 2:5. The correct answer is option C, 1:3. After replacing 10 gold bars into bronze ones, he had 90 of each, thus 10 gold bars are worth 30 bronze ones, and this is their price ratio. Question 168. Car A travels at 3 times the average speed of car B. Car A started to travel at 12 o'clock. Car B started to travel at 1600 hours o'clock. What is the speed of car B, in km/h, if the total distance that both cars traveled until 1800 hours was 1000 kilometers? Option A, 10. Option B, 25. Option C, 30. Option D, 38. Option E, 50. The correct answer is option E, 50. The speed of car B is x, the speed of car A is 3x. Car A traveled 3x 6 hours equals 18x kilometer. Car B traveled x 2 hours equals 2x kilometer. 1000 equals 20x, x equals 50 kilometers per hour. Question 169. Liz drove from point A to point B at 40 kilometers per hour. On her way back she drove at 50 kilometers per hour, and therefore her way back lasted 1 hour less. What is the distance, in km, between A and B? Option A, 150. Option B, 200. Option C, 600. Option D, 450. Option E, 500. The correct answer is option B, 200. The length of the road from A to B is 40x, where x is the time. The road back is 50x1. The road is the same length, so 40x equals 50x1, x equals 5 hours. The distance is 200 kilometers. Question 170. The average speed of a zebra is 4 times faster than that of a horse. The zebra started to run at 5 o'clock and the horse started 2 hours later. What is the zebra's speed if the total distance that the two animals traveled until 10 o'clock is 46 kilometers? Option A, 11.5. Option B, 12. Option C, 16. Option D, 8. Option E, 6.5. The correct answer is option D, 8. Let x be the horse's speed. The following equation came from the data. For x5 plus x3 equals 46, x equals 2 kilometers per hour. The zebra's speed is 8 kilometers per hour. Question 171. 2 dung beetles start to run simultaneously towards each other when they're 150 feet apart. The first beetle runs at a speed of 20 feet per minute and the second beetle runs at a speed of 10 feet per minute. At the moment they start running towards each other, a fly leaves the first beetle and flies towards the second one at a speed of 70 feet per minute. When he gets there he turns around and starts to fly towards the first beetle, and so on. What is the total distance in feet that the fly will travel until the beetles meet? Option A, 250. Option B, 200. Option C, 300. Option D, 350. Option E, 400. The correct answer is option D, 350. The distance between the two beetles is 150 feet. They are running together at a speed of 10 plus 20, 30 feet per minute, therefore it will take them 5 minutes to meet. The fly flies at a speed of 70 feet per minute, so he travels a total distance of 5x 70 equals 350 feet. Question 172. In a jar there are balls in different colors, blue, red, green and yellow. The probability of drawing a blue ball is 1/8. The probability of drawing a red ball is 1/5. The probability of drawing a green ball is 1/10. If a jar cannot contain more than 50 balls, how many yellow balls are in the jar? Option A, 23. Option B, 20. Option C, 24. Option D, 17. Option E, 25. The correct answer is option A, 23. If 1/8 is the probability of drawing a blue ball, then there are 48 equals 5 blue balls in the jar. And with the same principle there are 8 red balls and 4 green ones. 45/8 equals 23 balls, yellow is the only color left. Question 173. A barman's train rails across an open track at 250 km per hour. A regular passenger train travels at 68% of the barman's train speed. If the two trains start moving from the same station at the same time, how much time longer will it take the passenger train than the barman's to travel 850 km? Option A, 2 hours and 24 minutes. Option B, 1 hour and 24 minutes. Option C, 2 hours and 36 minutes. Option D, 1 hour and 36 minutes. Option E, 5 hours. The correct answer is option D, 1 hour and 36 minutes. Let's find the time it takes each train to travel 850 kilometers. The fast train, 850/250 equals 3.4 hours. The slow train, 0.68 x 250 equals 170 kilometers per hour. So the time is 850/170 equals 5 hours. The difference between the travel times is 1.6 hours or 1 hour and 36 minutes. Question 174. A hawk can glide for 4 consecutive hours without resting using thermals only. An eagle can glide 14.5% longer without resting using the same thermals. If an eagle makes 3 stops during a certain glide, each stop after gliding its maximum possible time, how many hours long was the glide not including the resting time? Option A 18.32, Option B 13.74, Option C 15.66, Option D 9.16, Option E 16. The correct answer is Option A, 18.32. 14.5% of 4 are 0.58. Thus, an eagle can fly for 4.58 consecutive hours without resting. Since the eagle rested 3 times, he could glide 4 periods 4x 4.58 hours equals 18.32 hours. Question 175. If x equals y plus 3 plus 4.5x and y equals x plus 18, what is the value of x/y? Option A 1/4, Option B 5/6, Option C minus 6/5, Option D minus 7/20, Option E 1.5. The correct answer is Option D, minus 7/20. Solve 2 equations with 2 variables. Put y in the first equation. We'll get x equals x plus 18, plus 3 plus 4.5x. The value of x is minus 14/3 and y equals 40/3. X/y equals minus 7/20. Question 176. If x2 equals y and y equals 4.5x plus 2.5, which of the following could be the value of y? Option A 25, Option B minus 0.5, Option C 5, Option D 10, Option E 15.5. The correct answer is Option A, 25. Y equals 4.5x plus 2.5, x equals 5 or minus 0.5. Y can be 25, 4.5 asterisk 5 plus 2.5. Question 177. If dash 3x plus 4y equals 28 and 3x 2y equals 8, what is the product of x and y? Option A 428, Option B 622, Option C 464, Option D 264, Option E 642. The correct answer is Option D, 264. We can notice that adding both equations gives 2y equals 36, thus y equals 18. From one of the equations we can receive x equals 44/3, so the answer is 18x 44/3 equals 6x 44 equals 264. Question 178. If x plus y equals 2x 2z, x 2y equals 4z and x plus y plus z equals 21, what is the value of y/z? Option A minus 2, Option B minus 4.5, Option C 3, Option D minus 1.7, Option E 2.5. The correct answer is Option A, minus 2. There are 3 equations with 3 variables. The solution is x equals 0, y equals 42 and z equals minus 21, so y/z is minus 2. Question 179. If x/y equals 3x and y equals 4x, what can be the value of 2x? Option A 7 and 2/3, Option B 3 and 1/3, Option C 7 and 1/3, Option D 2 and 1/3, Option E 3 and 2/3. The correct answer is Option C, 7 and 1/3. With both equations we'll get the following equation: x, 3x 11, equals 0. So, x is either 0 or 11/3. We want the value of 2x, meaning C. Question 180. What is 0.05 asterisk 0.05 in terms of percents? Option A 25%, Option B 2.5%, Option C 0.25%, Option D 0.025%, Option E 0.025%. The correct answer is Option C, 0.25%. Since 0.05 and 0.05 each have 2 decimal places, their product must have 4, 2 plus 2, decimal places. Because 5 times 5 is 25, you need to add 2 zeros to get the correct number of decimal places, so the product of 0.05 and 0.05 is 0.0025. To change a decimal to a percentage, you multiply by 100 by moving the decimal point 2 places to the right, so 0.0025 is 0.25%. Question 181. What is 0.04x 0.03x 0.2 in terms of percent? Option A 24%, option B 2.4%, option C 0.24%, option D 0.024%, option E 0.0024%. The correct answer is option D, 0.024%. The number we're supposed to see in the answers is 4x 3x 2 = 24. It fits all answers. The real question is the decimal of the answer. The basic rule is to add the decimals. 2 plus 2 plus 1 = 5. We want the answer in percent terms, so we need to take 2 decimals down, overall 3. The answer is 24/1000, 3 decimals, equals 0.024%. Question 182. A computer factory produces 4,200 computers per month at a constant rate. How many computers are built every 30 minutes assuming that there are 28 days in 1 month? Option A 2.25, option B 3.125, option C 4.5, option D 5.225, option E 6.25. The correct answer is option B, 3.125. 4,200/28 is 150 computers per day. 150/24 = 25/4 computers per hour equals 6.25. Every 30 minutes half of that number is made, 3.125. Question 183. A pizza house sells 30 pizzas on a Friday night. On a weekday it sells 11% less. How many pizzas will the pizza house sell in a 28 days month assuming that Saturday is a no business day? Option A 320, option B 654, option C 235, option D 600, option E 540. The correct answer is option B, 654. On a weekday the pizza house sells 89% of 30 = 26.7 pizzas. In a month there are 4 Fridays, 4x 30 = 120 pizzas. There are 4x 5 weekdays, there is no Saturday. 20x 26.7 = 534. Altogether 654 pizzas. Question 184. Bart is working as a paper delivery boy in Springfield. He delivers 620 newspapers every day except on Saturdays and Sundays. If Bart earns 4.2 cents for every second newspaper he delivers, how much money can he earn in a month with 28 days? Option A $378.20, option B $376.50, option C $287.80, option D $260.40, option E $96.90. The correct answer is option D, $260.40. 310 newspapers a day, x, 5 days, x, 4 weeks, x, 4.2 cents, equals 26040 cents equals $260.40. Question 185. A young and energetic cobbler fixes 3,650 pairs of shoes every year, while an old yet experienced cobbler fixes 20% less than the young cobbler. In a shoe factory there are 2 old and 1 young cobblers working together. How many shoes can the factory fix every day assuming that there are 365 days a year? Option A 26, option B 34, option C 36, option D 44, option E 48. The correct answer is option A, 26. An old cobbler fixes 0.8x 3,650 equals 2,920 shoes per year. In the factory there are 2 old and 1 young cobbler. 3,650 plus 2,920 plus 2,920 equals 9,490 shoes per year. 9,490 shoes divided by 365 days is 26 shoes per day. Question 186. A carpenter makes 3 bunk beds every day. A military school needs to organize a place to sleep for 143 soldiers. If there are 5 carpenters working on the job, how many whole days in advance should they receive the order and start working in order to finish the right number of beds assuming that each bunk bed is used by 2 soldiers? Option A 3, option B 4, option C 5, option D 6, option E 7. The correct answer is option C, 5. 143 soldiers is not an even number, so we need at least 72 beds, 1 will sleep alone. The carpenters together can complete 15 beds a day. 72/15 is between 4 and 5, so they will need 5 days' notice in order to complete the job on time. Question 187. Is there a point of intersection between the circle, x2 plus y2 equals 4, and the line, y equals x plus b? 1. A equals b2. 2. The line intersects the x-axis at 40, 0. Option A statement 1 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but statement 2 by itself is not. Option B statement 2 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but statement 1 by itself is not. Option C statements 1 and 2 taken together are sufficient to answer the question, even though neither statement by itself is sufficient. Option D. Either statement by itself is sufficient to answer the question. Option E statements 1 and 2 taken together are not sufficient to answer the question, requiring more data pertaining to the problem. The correct answer is option C. Statements 1 and 2 taken together are sufficient to answer the question, even though neither statement by itself is sufficient. From statement 1, we learn that the equation of the line can be written as y equals b2x plus b. From statement 2, we learn that the line goes through the point 40, 0. From that we can find the equation of the line by posting the coordinate in the equation 0 equals b240 plus b. There is no need to solve it, both statements are sufficient to solve the problem. Question 188. Eddie gave Q% of the money he earned last year to his first wife Sandra. W% of the money he earned last year went to his second wife Tawana. How much money did Eddie earn this year? 1. Q equals 20, W equals 2 quetzales. 2. All the money Eddie earned last year went to his two wives. Option A statement 1 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but statement 2 by itself is not. Option B statement 2 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but statement 1 by itself is not. Option C statements 1 and 2 taken together are sufficient to answer the question, even though neither statement by itself is sufficient. Option D. Either statement by itself is sufficient to answer the question. Option E statements 1 and 2 taken together are not sufficient to answer the question, requiring more data pertaining to the problem. The correct answer is option E. Statements 1 and 2 taken together are not sufficient to answer the question, requiring more data pertaining to the problem. From statement 1 and 2 taken together we know how much Eddie earned last year, but we know nothing about this year. We have no connections between them. Therefore, both statements are not sufficient to answer the question. Question 189. Of the 10,000 people that went to the state fair, how many men ate at the fair? 1. The percentage of men who ate at the state fair was twice as those who didn't eat. 2. 3,500 women ate at the state fair. Option A statement 1 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but statement 2 by itself is not. Option B statement 2 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but statement 1 by itself is not. Option C statements 1 and 2 taken together are sufficient to answer the question, even though neither statement by itself is sufficient. Option D. Either statement by itself is sufficient to answer the question. Option E statements 1 and 2 taken together are not sufficient to answer the question, requiring more data pertaining to the problem. The correct answer is option E. Statements 1 and 2 taken together are not sufficient to answer the question, requiring more data pertaining to the problem. From statement 1, we know the ratio between the men who ate to those who didn't, but we don't know how many men were at the fair. Statement 2 doesn't reveal the number of women that went to the fair, only the number of women that ate there. Therefore, more data is needed to answer the question. Question 190. Out of the 100 kids that went to the party, how many girls danced there? 1. 25 girls don't like to dance and so they didn't. 2. The number of boys that danced is twice the number that didn't dance. Option A statement 1 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but statement 2 by itself is not. Option B statement 2 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but statement 1 by itself is not. Option C statements 1 and 2 taken together are sufficient to answer the question, even though neither statement by itself is sufficient. Option D. Either statement by itself is sufficient to answer the question. Option E statements 1 and 2 taken together are not sufficient to answer the question, requiring more data pertaining to the problem. The correct answer is option E. Statements 1 and 2 taken together are not sufficient to answer the question, requiring more data pertaining to the problem. From statement 1, we know that 25 out of X girls didn't dance. We need to know how many girls in total were in the party. Statement 2 doesn't tell us anything about the number of boys or girls that went to the party but only the ratio between those who danced to those who didn't. Therefore, more sufficient data is needed to solve the problem. Question 191. 990 people went to the GMAT exam. How many boys didn't pass the test? 1. 321 girls didn't pass the test, which is the number of boys that did. 2. 1/5 of the people that went to the GMAT exam were boys who eventually didn't pass the test. Option A. Statement 1 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but Statement 2 by itself is not. Option B. Statement 2 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but Statement 1 by itself is not. Option C. Statements 1 and 2 taken together are sufficient to answer the question, even though neither statement by itself is sufficient. Option D. Either statement by itself is sufficient to answer the question. Option E. Statements 1 and 2 taken together are not sufficient to answer the question, requiring more data pertaining to the problem. The correct answer is option B. Statement 2 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but Statement 1 by itself is not. Statement 1 gives us information about the number of boys that passed the test but no useful information about the other part of the boys. Statement 2 by itself gives us the answer to the question, 1/5 x 990, therefore, the answer is B. Question 192. Is the sum of x consecutive numbers 0? 1. The largest number is 5. 2. The median number is 0. Option A. Statement 1 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but Statement 2 by itself is not. Option B. Statement 2 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but Statement 1 by itself is not. Option C. Statements 1 and 2 taken together are sufficient to answer the question, even though neither statement by itself is sufficient. Option D. Either statement by itself is sufficient to answer the question. Option E. Statements 1 and 2 taken together are not sufficient to answer the question, requiring more data pertaining to the problem. The correct answer is option B. Statement 2 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but Statement 1 by itself is not. Statement 1 is not sufficient because the series of numbers is not blocked from the smaller numbers. Statement 2 is sufficient by itself because we know that if the median number is 0, then the sum of the numbers must be even. Question 193. What is the value of a plus b? 1. A equals 8b. 2. A plus b. 264 equals 0. Option A. Statement 1 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but Statement 2 by itself is not. Option B. Statement 2 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but Statement 1 by itself is not. Option C. Statements 1 and 2 taken together are sufficient to answer the question, even though neither statement by itself is sufficient. Option D. Either statement by itself is sufficient to answer the question. Option E. Statements 1 and 2 taken together are not sufficient to answer the question, requiring more data pertaining to the problem. The correct answer is option A. Statement 1 by itself is sufficient to answer the question, but Statement 2 by itself is not. From Statement 1, we know right away that a plus b equals 8. From Statement 2, we don't know if a plus b equals 8 or 8, therefore only Statement 1 is sufficient to answer the question.